We're in Cincinnati, Ohio, following Servall Electric Company as they transport goods and install electric car chargers using a Workhorse C1000 electric step van. As more and more vehicles become electric, it's only natural that an electric truck installs their chargers. Let's go see how this truck is doing.
Hi, my name is Stephen Garrett, and I've been with Servall Electric for 3 years and been driving trucks for over 20 years. I typically drive about 80 to 100 miles a day. What I like about this truck is how it handles. You don't have any lag, you don't have any downtime, you step on the throttle, you go. Quiet, the only thing you hear is the road noise. People look at you, they're asking questions. Is this all electric? Are you serious? There's no engine in this? They're kind of amazed. They kind of stand there and stare at it.
I'm really excited, and I'm also really proud that Servall is continuing to help our community become more environmentally sustainable. Servall is a third-generation electrical construction company. We've been based in Cincinnati for 70 years. We do residential, commercial, and industrial electrical work. We started installing EV chargers a couple of years ago. Well, if we're installing EV chargers, we have to put our money where our mouth is. We thought about getting an electric vehicle because it made sense financially, and it also made really good sense environmentally. So this is our first electric vehicle.
Honestly, I think the demand's there, and I think people are even willing to pay the price for the trucks. It's really probably making sure the infrastructure's there, and the good thing is utilities are everywhere, right? And it might take putting in charging structure, but for the most part, it shouldn't take a lot of, let's say, before or after the meter utility work. Electric's everywhere, so it can be done.
With the Workhorse C1000 product, we've really reinvented the step van. And what I mean by that is that with the electric drivetrain, you're able to really look at the architecture of the vehicle completely differently. So the floor of this vehicle is 10 inches lower to the ground than a traditional step van, which means that it takes 2 steps instead of 3 steps to get in or out of the vehicle. Now that can be very significant for somebody that is making 200 stops a day getting in and out of that vehicle. And the other aspect with electric vehicles is obviously the one-pedal driving. We have a very aggressive regen setting on these vehicles, which means that they decelerate quite aggressively and come to a complete stop without anybody needing to touch the brake pedal. That's great from a maintenance perspective as well as from the driver comfort perspective.
Up front, we have all the typical automotive components: brakes, air conditioners. The most important component is the DC-to-DC converter, which takes the high voltage from the drive batteries, steps it down for the low voltage battery, which is also up front here, that drives all of our lights, fans, pumps. On our C-Series, our 2-motor setup attached to a reduction gearbox directly to drive axles allows for some interesting opportunities. First of all, we can lower the floor height. Second of all, we can drive forward with 1 motor, but then also regen with 2 motors, providing us a better return on energy with that regenerative braking. Our 6-pack or 4-pack of batteries provide up to 102 kilowatt hours, which gives you 150 miles of range, which for most use cases is plenty of range for an operating day.
People are going to start recognizing the companies that are going to be delivering packages or services to their homes with these new technology vehicles that support the idea that we really need to take care of the air.
I think it's kind of great branding. You know, as an electrical company, you know, people see we have an electric truck, people get interested and stuff like that. So I think it's a great branding idea.
Our plan is to replace our entire fleet with electric vehicles. The challenges that I see with going fully electric are basically our employees fighting over who gets the next truck.